Spirituality creates influence in the church, but success gives you greater influence in the marketplace. And make no mistake about it, the marketplace is the primary concern for the expansion of the kingdom. Welcome to 83K Nation. Dr. Keith Johnson here, your Christian success strategist. This show is all about empowering you with the strategies, skills, tactics, and tools to help you reach your next personal, professional, and financial summits to increase your influence, impact, and income fast. In my mother-in-law's house, the best thing I did for myself is to give myself permission to dream about a big financial future. I decided that I wasn't going to have a fixed mindset, but an abundant mindset for growth. Now, what's a financially fixed mindset? It's the thought that I have enough. My friend, this is a very selfish statement. Why? Because it's all about you have enough for you. What about others in your life? You see, that's why middle class is the great compromise of a true follower of God. Hi, Dr. Keith Johnson here. Welcome to the 83K Nation Show. Thank you for joining us. The first decade of my marriage, I really made a major mistake. I had never been taught about how to balance a checkbook, how to pay bills, or how to save. My wife did, so I ignored the whole money thing and I just focused on God. You see, I let my wife manage the money, including all the problems. I literally never even looked at the checkbook the first 10 years of our marriage. I forced her to have to deal with the money stresses all by herself while I was being spiritual, reading the Bible, praying, and confessing scriptures all day. Sadly, in the early days of our marriage, there were many times my wife would try to talk to me about our financial situation. However, I would quickly tell her not to talk negative or to just speak positive about money coming in. I want you to take a special note. Confession without action is delusion. And another thing that I want to point out, if prayer changed your money problems, intercessors would be rich. You see, I needed to understand the basics of kingdom economics that is built on three important pillars: stewardship, investment, and generosity. You see, the very word stewardship implies that a steward must pay attention to the money. So a steward cannot ignore money. A steward must keep their eyes on the money. You see, I was using my spirituality to escape from the money realities of life. Now, I want to say that again. I was actually using my spirituality to escape from the money realities of life. The big lie that kept me in self-denial and financially stuck was this thought: money's not important. I like what Zig Ziglar said years ago. Money isn't everything, but it rates right up there with oxygen on the I gotta have it list. You see, God and billionaires have this in common. They both think money is very important. You see, God offers money as a reward to obeying Him. Psalm 112, verses 1 through 3 says, "Praise the Lord, blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who delights greatly in His commandments. His descendants will be mighty on the earth. The generation of the upright will be blessed." Watch this. Wealth and riches will be in his house. In the house of who? The person who delights and obeys the commandments of our Lord. So whatever you think is not important will stay away from you. You will ignore what's not important. I want you to think about this for a moment. If I told my wife she isn't important, if I never took her out on a date night, if I never talked nice to her and told her how beautiful she is, what would happen to my wife? My wife would leave me. My wife would get a Mexican anointing on her and she would tell me what? Hasta la vista, baby. You see, the big elephant in every room, whether it's the church or business, is money problems. That's right. Ignoring the problem doesn't cause it to go away. As a matter of fact, I've discovered that ignoring the problem actually causes the problem to get worse. Oh yeah, what you ignore tends to grow. And when we look at the problems concerning money, we'll find that 85% of prayer requests that come into churches are about financial difficulties that people are having. Money is the second leading cause of divorce behind infidelity. 41% of couples say they fight over money regularly. Lack of capital or funding is the number one reason why businesses fail. They did a survey on why churches close. And you know what they found out? They close because of a lack of money to pay bills. You see, we've got to stop ignoring the problem and we've got to start providing solutions that people are facing. That's what we do here at 83K Nation. We're here to help you solve the big problem that's on your plate, money. You see, there are two subjects that you must master if you want to be a kingdom influencer. Number one, God. You got to know about His grace, His love, His forgiveness, His promises, and you need to know about the warnings that God gives us. The second most important thing you need to study is money. You need to learn how to earn it. You need to learn how to keep it. You need to learn how to multiply it. And you need to learn how to distribute it. You must learn how to earn it and multiply it first before you can give it. You see, most of the time it's the opposite. We're told to give and learn how to give before we ever learn how to earn it and multiply it. You see, most Christian leaders don't even know how to earn it, only how to receive money by taking up offerings. So the main message in the church is what? Give to God or the church, and the church will receive your offering and you'll be blessed. Right? 1, 2, 3. Give to God, give to church, the church receives it, and you get blessed. Now, this produces, if you think about it, people who are more miracle-minded instead of principle-minded doers. So what you have is you got a bunch of people who are always thinking about miracles and wanting God to perform financial miracles in their lives. You see, it's very stressful financially to always being desperate for a financial miracle. But here's what I found. When you do the principles of God and have a principle-minded mindset, you will reap the miracles of God. So it should be the principles of God first, and then the miracles will begin to show up in your life. You see, one of the principles is this. God gave you eyes and imagination to produce an abundant life for yourself. So you got to have a picture. First of all, you need to see the person that you want to become. You need to see the things you want to do. You need to see the things you want to have. And you need to see the people you want to help in your future. So the first thing you need to do is see a picture of a person. The second thing you need is you need to see a picture of a rich future that you want to build. I call that your financial potential. What is potential? Potential is not who you are now, but who you can be. Potential is not what you're doing right now, it's what you could be doing. Potential is not what you have right now or how much you're earning right now. It's how much you could earn, how much you could have. Potential is not how many people that you're able to help right now. It's how many people you can help. Thousands, possibly millions in your future. You see, my friend, 83K Nation is all about helping you set financial targets that will stretch you in this season of your life. You see, a rubber band never fulfills its potential unless it's stretched. 95% of people in the world, though, have what I call a fixed financial mindset instead of a growth financial mindset. Their minds basically are fixed on what I call a middle class mindset. That means they're fixed on living a life of living paycheck to paycheck. Now, Proverbs chapter 23, verse 7 says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." And here's something you have to note about your life. If you're a middle class, it reveals that you have a middle class mindset. So if you think you are stuck in middle class or poverty and that there's no way out, like if you have this thought of, this is how much I earn, this is where I'm at, and I'm stuck here, as a man thinks, so will you be. So the big question I have for you is this: is it possible that the reason why you lack fulfillment and you battle depression is because you currently have so much that you have settled for so little? Wow, that's something we really have to think on. Is it possible that I don't feel joy, I don't feel fulfillment, that I feel depressed because I currently really have so much that I've actually settled? You see, my friend, in my mother-in-law's little 12 by 12 bedroom, when I lost everything, I used my imagination to see myself financially prosperous in my future. And here's what I want you to understand. The best thing you can do for yourself in your present is give yourself a big financial dream for your future. That was the best thing I did for myself. In my mother-in-law's house, the best thing I did for myself is to give myself permission to dream about a big financial future. I decided that I wasn't going to have a fixed mindset, but an abundant mindset for growth. Now, what's a financially fixed mindset? It's the thought that I have enough. Oh, I don't want increase. I don't want prosperity. I don't want success. I have enough. My friend, this is a very selfish statement. Why? Because it's all about you have enough for you. What about others in your life? Middle class is the great compromise of a true follower of God. Is it possible that you have done what the children of Israel did? that you have pitched a tent in the middle of the wilderness when God wanted you to go to the promised land, to the wealthy place? You see, at 83K Nation, we want to turn your "I have enough" into "I have just started." Let's get back to the starting line. Let's pack our tents. Let's climb a new financial mountain for God. Remember this: your former successes become the enemy to your future potential. Yesterday's standards and ways of living becomes today's mediocrity. Inflation is always a hot topic in the media, but what does it literally mean? It means everything is increasing, and a rising tide should lift all boats. When you apply the right principles to your money, you will be on the right side of inflation, which is increase. But if you don't apply the principles, you'll be on the wrong side of inflation, which is decrease. I want to give you this 83K power principle. Without a seemingly impossible goal, you will not grow. You only grow through goals. That's why I want to challenge you during this time with what I call the 83K climb. Now, I want to show you this illustration here of these mountains, because I believe that success, I believe that wealth, I believe that achievement is an upward climb. Nobody slides their way down in success, down into wealth. We climb. And all of us need what? We need to be challenged. And so that's what 83K Nation is all about. It's all about climbing to 83K summits. And there's 4 major summits. First of all, there's climbing to the summit of $83,000 a year. Then the next summit is climbing to $83,000 a month. Now, $83,000 a month times 12 equals $1 million a year. Then the next summit is 83K per week. When you do 83K per week, you will generate $4 million in a year. And then 83K per day, which equals $29 million. Now, our goal at 83K Nation is to help stretch you, is to challenge you to set goals. Now, all of you are at different levels and at different places in life. But all of us, right, need to set what seems to be almost impossible goals for what? To stretch us. Remember, in the first broadcast, I taught you how my multi-million-dollar mentor challenged me years ago by saying, "Keith, have you ever set a goal to become a millionaire?" And of course I said, no. And I thought he was kind of crazy. But he said, "Keith, you need to set a goal to become a millionaire, not for the money or the possessions, but for the person that you'll have to become. The you are today is not the person that can even reach such an incredible summit." This forces you to grow, Keith. And wow, I accepted that challenge. So we're here to help you, that no matter what goal you set, we're here to help you and to equip you to achieve your next level of financial increase. Now, this is why it's important. Thinking money isn't important can stop you from setting any financial goals whatsoever. So 83K Nation is here to give you the community that you need, the people that you need, because we believe proximity is power. We're here to give you the support. All of us need people to support us in our goals and support us in the achievement of our dreams. We're here to help you with the latest strategies and tactics you're going to need to climb that mountain peak. We're also here to give you the inspiration and the motivation to keep going no matter what you're facing. And then we're here to help you with the right mindsets, because at each new level, it demands a new mindset that you must transform and walk in order to achieve that next level of financial achievements. Hey, we're here to help you. We're here to help you reach your next 83K summit. You see, I learned a long time ago that you become what you study. If you want to become a cook, what do you study? You study recipes. If you want to learn how to make some bread, you study recipes on how to make bread. Isn't it interesting that they call money dough, right? And so, in order to become a cook, you study cooking, you study how to make bread. In the same way, if you want to increase your finances significantly, you got to start studying money. I did this years ago in my own life when I started studying people who made $100 million plus and billionaires. And guess what? The more I studied about money, the more I experienced higher levels of financial increase. I want to ask you, my friend, I know that you've studied a lot about God, but how much time have you spent every day studying about money? That's why we created 83K Society. I want to give you a special announcement about an opportunity to join us and become part of this elite society. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to share a coaching moment with you. It's going to be powerful. Stay tuned. There's a famous proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. But a wealthy mindset says, I want both. Let's go farther, faster. That's why you should apply to join 83K Society. 83K Society is an exclusive private group of Christian entrepreneurs focused on generating an extra 83K a year, perhaps 83K per month, 83K per week, or even 83K per day. Each month, we develop our mastery in the 3 pillars of success: confidence, leadership, and wealth. We do this through monthly coaching symposiums, expert multi-millionaire interviews, mastermind meetings, and a 1-year millionaire in the making, highly specialized content you can only find in this group. Meet the fastest growing group of Christian millionaires. For a free 60-day trial, head on over to 83ksociety.com. Hey, I sure hope that you sign up and take advantage of 83K Society. Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you made a decision to become a millionaire and beyond yet? Remember the difference between the rich and the poor. The rich made a decision to become rich. The poor have never made that decision. Here's my question for you. What's going to be your 83K flag that you decide to go after? Is it 83K more a year? Is it 83K a month? Is it 83K a week, or is it going to be 83K in a day? Hey, join us for our next 83K Nation show as I share about money is more important than anyone has ever told you. Hey, please do us a favor. If you believe that success is a spiritual and moral obligation, I want you to take a quick moment and subscribe so you don't miss the next show. Like and share with your followers. More importantly, if you're listening by podcast, subscribe, rate, and write a review to help us reach more listeners. Remember Psalm 112. When you obey the principles of God, you share in the prosperity of God. This is Dr. Keith Johnson. Until next time, Godspeed.